Every business faces risk, but not every business faces their risk. The Nursery Production Farm Management System program, or FMS, is designed for production nurseries, green life markets and growing media manufacturers to assist them in planning for the future through risk analysis and action planning. This program manages on-farm biosecurity and encourages these businesses to adopt industry-best management practices and develop and operate an environmental management system, or EMS. Businesses participating in this program are provided with on-farm assistance by qualified technical officers to assist them in critically evaluating each component of their business, including identifying key risks in production, the environment, and in relation to biosecurity. For further guidance, each participating business receives a specialised manual. There's a dedicated manual for each part of the FMS program. It allows businesses to analyse these identified risks and helps to guide businesses through cycles of change and technology adoption. This process is referred to as continuous improvement, which is a risk assessment-based pathway focused on increasing the effectiveness of a nursery to fulfil its objectives and potential. The Nursery Production FMS includes 3 key programs. The first is the Nursery Industry Accreditation Scheme Australia, or NIASA, and is based on industry best practice. This scheme ensures businesses maintain a benchmark standard and assists in continuous improvement. The second, EcoHort, is an EMS that demonstrates businesses have sound environmental stewardship and natural resource management. And the third program is the Biosecure HACCP, that is an on-farm biosecurity program that helps businesses manage biosecurity risks for both imported and exported material. Businesses participating in Nursery Production FMS and customers dealing with these businesses are rewarded with a magnitude of benefits. In consultation with a technical officer, businesses can tailor their own farm management system to address their unique business risks. By using a systematic approach, your business will have a proactive plan for managing change, including technology adoption, resource efficiencies, and enhanced profitability. The Nursery Production FMS is an evolving program that is continually peer-reviewed to ensure it remains scientifically relevant and up to date. For more information, contact your state or territory association or visit the NGIA website, ngia.com.au. The first step in meeting the requirements of the Nursery Production FMS is gaining Nursery Industry Accreditation Scheme Australia, or NIASA, accreditation. NIASA is the cornerstone of the Nursery Production FMS and provides a set of guidelines that ensures a business operates according to industry best practice and commits to a continuous improvement cycle. Any business involved in the nursery industry that wants to remain at the forefront must adopt industry best practices. Best management practice in the nursery industry is defined as having adequate infrastructure, competent staff and management systems in place that will enable the business to produce a consistent, healthy and vigorous product that meets client expectations. It also aims to eliminate the spread of pests and diseases from participating businesses and encourages sound on-farm practices in relation to minimising the business's footprint on the environment.
Well, the biggest benefit I believe that NIASA gives any nursery business is there's 3 most important things that you need to look at when you're growing plants. One is to have clean water, the other one is to have clean growing media, and the other is to have clean surfaces so you don't get reinfection. With regards to quantifying the benefits of being part of NIASA, I guess the reduction in production time by planning our production methods and procedures, following some of the NIASA templates has been a huge benefit to our business. Also in minimising our throwouts. We've reduced our throwouts from 16 to 18% on average, and we have this very well documented to less than 8% now, and we're hoping to get that down to below 4% and of course less than 1%.
We were lucky enough to build a production facility from scratch over 10 years ago. When building the production facility, we adopted the NIASA accreditation fundamentals in building the facility that we now have today. The accreditation guidelines helped us design the nursery layout in terms of thinking about how the nursery flow would happen from production to dispatch, in terms of thinking about how vehicles and machinery operate within staff in the same areas, in terms of setting up a water cycling facility throughout the nursery to be able to take the irrigation and rain runoff back to a holding dam and then reuse the water over and over again.
Bass embraced NIASA accreditation reasonably early in the formation of NIASA, and we were happy to do that because it gave us a great set of guidelines that we could actually, one, do training with our staff with, but also to help us run a site. This site is a 100-acre facility, so to have those sort of guidelines in place is excellent.
We use each NIASA audit to basically to steer us on the path for the next 6 months, to look at areas that we're not quite up to standard in, that we might need to improve on, or there's new technologies out there. We're consistently looking at upgrading our facilities to meet the demands. So we don't see the audits as something to fear. We look at them as something to guide us in our next 6 to 12 months down the track.
The accreditation scheme gave us an opportunity to reflect on our operations in a different light, and as a result of that we made a number of improvements to our checks. Most notably these were in incoming stock procedures, formalising existing procedures that we had in place, identifying NIASA accredited suppliers and implementing better record keeping and monitoring our water runoff.
As a result of NIASA, we've seen a quality lift of our product, particularly in the green life area of the business, and this has resulted in easier pack out, also less weeds and better customer satisfaction.
Adopting NIASA was a great step for us. Through the process we realised there was 2 Australian standards that we could meet. The Australian standard for composting, which was AS 4454, and also the Australian standard for potty mix, which is 3743. So in adopting NIASA we complied with both those Australian standards, and that gave our customers a great deal of confidence in buying product from us.
For more information, contact your state or territory association or visit the NGIA website, ngia.com.au. Building onto NIASA is EcoHort, the industry-specific environmental management system, EMS, that provides businesses with a systematic approach to assess their environmental and natural resource management responsibilities as part of their daily business management. For businesses that have invested time and money into systems and technology that enhance environmental and natural resource outcomes, EcoHort offers a practical means of gaining recognition for these efforts. Businesses seeking EcoHort certification must first achieve NIASA accreditation. EcoHort is a method by which a business can demonstrate to industry, government and the community their sound environmental and natural resource stewardship. The Environmental Management System, or EMS, is the backbone to EcoHort. It's a voluntary program based on identified environmental and natural resource impacts. It can be used to address the many environmental and natural resource issues confronting businesses today. More specifically, an EMS is a useful tool to help businesses systematically implement change across the production system. This is because change introduced through an EMS is based on an action plan, which identifies the priority of risks according to industry best management practice. It encourages a business to plan, do, check and review at regular intervals and across all aspects of the production cycle.
Boomeroo is considering going down the EcoHort track because we consider that as good corporate citizens we should be conscious of the environment as well as of our own business.
EcoHort has helped us to assess our environmental and resource management across the entire cropping range. The outcome of this auditing has been a drive to reduce the irrigation water usage. We have achieved this through a fully recycling trough system.
I think as a result of implementing EcoHort, probably the biggest benefits we've seen has been in the water recycling. 5 or 6 years ago we were totally reliant on mains water. The dry conditions down here in Victoria the last few years crystallised our thinking and made us put into practice our previous plan of water recycling. The last 12 months we've reduced our water usage to 40% mains and 60% recycle.
Using EcoHort's allowed us to take a step back and look at our business and how we as a business impact the environment and what we can do to benefit that. We took a look at what we've done with our green waste and our dumping habits and set up a rather large scale recycling pad where now any used soil media, recycling green waste or anything that can be recycled goes back and we reuse over and over again.
The EcoHort audit identified ways we could better improve on our water recycling practices. From there we were able to put together an action plan which ensured that we were maximising our recycling but minimising our risks.
For more information, contact your state or territory association or visit the NGIA website, ngia.com.au. Building on to NIASA and EcoHort is Biosecure HACCP, the industry-specific biosecurity module. Businesses seeking Biosecure HACCP certification must first achieve NIASA accreditation. This program provides NIASA-accredited businesses with a systematic approach to assess on-farm biosecurity hazards and provides tools to allow them to establish effective internal quarantine processes for both imported and exported plant material. This program provides businesses with a series of decision-making tools to support on-farm biosecurity and guides them in identifying both the relevant risks and the steps needed to control them. Having a sound risk management strategy such as Biosecure HACCP ensures industry businesses remain protected from biological risks. This program has been developed following HACCP, which is the world-recognised standard in risk management processes.
Biosecure HACCP has assisted us in managing our biosecurity risk by guiding us in assessing our internal biosecurity hazards at all stages of our crop production, which is so important. It's helped us also to focus on biosecurity control points at critical stages throughout all aspects of our growing procedures, such as water quality, growing media, growing surfaces, all 3 integral points of producing a nice healthy tree. Also upgrading our crop hygiene practices through structured crop monitoring has been a very, very important aspect of Biosecure HACCP implementation in our business. Also improving crop traceability through good record keeping, which is sometimes, we get a little bit slack, but this is a structured process to make sure we cover all those aspects of record keeping. Also providing us with detailed operational procedures with our crop monitoring, disinfestation of our potting media and water, sampling criteria in all aspects of all our plant production procedures, and also site surveillance, which is so important.
Biosecure HACCP has been developed under the 12 defining principles of HACCP, providing creditable risk identification and management process for existing NIASA accredited businesses. For more information, contact your state or territory association or visit the NGIA website, ngia.com.au. As a major buyer of plants and growing media, you reap the rewards of dealing with a business engaged with the Nursery Production FMS program. Professionalism, productivity, profitability and sustainability are just the beginning. Businesses participating in this program are Australia's leading businesses and are committed to supplying the best plants and growing media in the country. They are also committed to managing their risks and operating in a sustainable business environment. To back up this commitment, these businesses are independently audited every 12 months to ensure the integrity of the nursery production FMS is upheld. This provides you with confidence, knowing that these businesses adhere to the strict guidelines associated with this program to deliver a high standard of product while being mindful of their impact on the environment. For more information, contact your state or territory association or visit the NGIA website, ngia.com.au.